Hi, everybody. Ms. Lee here. We're going to talk about the empirical rule and z-scores in this video. So the empirical rule is shown. So as you can see, what it says here is that when you have the mean in the middle, so this is a normally distributed curve, and when you have a mean and then you have one standard deviation away, that would contain 68% of the data. Okay, so as you know, the normal distribution is symmetrical. And so what that means is that in each of this, so like in here, this will contain 34%, and this here will also contain 34% to make up that 68% to make one standard deviation away. So same thing when you're two standard deviations. If you read this here, it says 95% is going to be within two standard deviations. So that would be from here to here. So 95% of your data will lie within two standard deviations of your mean if your curve is normally distributed, if your data is normally distributed. Okay, and then as you can read here, also it says 99.7% of the data is within three standard deviations of mean. So same thing. So between here and here. So that would basically mean like everything between here and here, all of this is going to contain 99.7% of the data. What that means is that 0.3% of the data lies outside of that. And so if you remember about our properties about normal distribution, this will never hit the x-axis. And since it never hits the x-axis, all the data that lies like in the tail ends on each side, that would make up the 0.3% of the data. So a majority of the data, so 99.7% of the data is going to lie between three standard deviations away of the mean, is what this is saying. Okay, so this is called the empirical rule, and any curve or any set of data that follows the normal distribution will follow these percentages. Okay, and so this is highly related to our z-score. And so the z-score is the number of standard deviations away from the mean. So we're not going to get into this as detailed as you would if you were in a statistics class, but just keep this in mind so you kind of like know what it means. So a z-score is the number of standard deviations from the mean. So whatever your data point is, if you do that minus the mean and then divided by the standard deviation, that would give you the z-score. So for example, if you were like here, your z-score would be 1 because you are one standard deviation away from the mean. So same thing if you were here, your score would be -1 because you're -1 standard deviation away from the mean. So there is possibility for different numbers besides whole numbers, but we don't address those in this class. So you'll talk about that more in statistics if you take that class. Happy day.